Hi everyone. So you think getting a manager title means you have won, right? But no, think again. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the salary trap, which means even a manager can have a lower salary than an analyst. How is that possible? You might have seen in your firms that a manager is earning 25 LPA and a new analyst is earning 32 LPA. Now let's deep dive into this topic and see how does it even work. Suppose there are two friends. One is Rohan, one is Anjali. Anjali graduated from IIM Bangalore last year and joined a firm where she is an analyst currently. She is at a 32 LP salary bracket. Meanwhile, Rohan, he graduated suppose 5 years ago. He completed his MBA 5 years ago and he joined a firm as an analyst. And in 5 years, he got promoted to manager. But his salary still is 15 LPA. Why? Because he started at 15 LPA. Currently, he's at 25 LPA. Now, how is it possible? It is a trap, right? As you can see, an analyst is earning more than your manager. Now, let's understand how why does this happen. So, what is the conflict here? That the rank is not equal to paycheck. Rank is not proportionate with your pay. You are at a higher rank, you are a manager. Ideally, your pay should be higher, right? And an analyst should be paid less than you. But this is not happening. And this is the case with a lot of people, a lot of firms. This is the difference between tier 2 versus tier 1 MBA. This is a major difference. So you see, it is not just a starting salary, it is your whole career. Not whole career, but at least initial 5 to 10 years. And this is not just about working hard. Working hard. It matters, yes, but is it the only thing? No. What is the most important thing here? It is the brand. This is why only because of brand this thing is happening. Now let's understand why is this happening. One reason was brand. Let's see the other reasons. So we have three reasons here. There is an invisible ceiling and you can break it. There is only one way. If you have already fallen trap to this thing, then there's nothing much you can do about it. You can only work hard. That's only the only thing that you can do. Otherwise, there is no other thing. Other factors are beyond your control. So it's about the invisible salary ceiling, right? Placed on every tier 2 grad. So if you are graduated from tier 2 college, or let's say in 15 to 30 top bracket colleges, so there is a stamp, there is a tag, and this ceiling is placed on you permanently, right? What is the first reason? First reason is the analyst job title is a lie. Why is this a lie? How is an analyst earning more than a manager? What does it mean? It means when the person, in our case Anjali, she joins a global consulting firm, right? A global consulting firm or a IB, investment banking, directly from I am Bangalore. So her salary is not benchmarked against the local market because it is multinational firm, consulting is multinational. Her salary is benchmarked against global salary. So she might be, let's say, a junior consultant in McKinsey, but she is earning what? More than 30 plus LPA. This I'm talking about fixed component. So you are a junior consultant, but you are earning a lot, right? Because it is benchmarked against global pay scale. It is not benchmarked against the average Indian market. While Rohan, he's in a great tier 2 role. The role is really nice, right? And he's also working hard. He got promotions. He went from 15 to 25 in 5 years. But what is happening here? His company says, what does his company say? His company says that the market rate for a manager, the market rate is 25 LPA. That is his ceiling. This is Rohan's ceiling. Anjali's firm looks at her as a global talent, while Rohan's firm, they look at him as a local cost, not even talent. This is what we are going to discuss in the next slide as well. Second reason, why does this happen? The profit versus cost center divide. Now, what does it mean? Are you a profit center or a cost center? This is what you need to know. What does your company see you as? What vision of you do they have in mind? So IIM grads are mostly funneled into profit center roles. These are client facing, these are strategy driven, right? Or let's say revenue generating. These are positions like IB, product management, or consulting, right? So Anjali's huge salary, this is directly justified by the massive revenue or strategic impact that she helps generate. They can afford to pay. This is the keyword here. They can afford to pay. They can afford to pay her more because she is directly linked to the revenue generating teams. While tier 2 grads, in most of the cases, this is not always the case, in most of the cases, they are incredibly, valuable. Yes, there's no doubt about it. But the problem is they most oftenly they land in the cost center roles. This is the problem. Let's say ops, HR, IT support, these kind of roles. Now, you might be very valuable as a tier 2 grad, as a manager, right? But your value here is measured by efficiency or cost savings. You are not directly linked to revenue generation. This is where the problem starts. This is the stem of the problem, the root cause. So, Rohan, being a manager, the rank gives him responsibility. So, he is managing a team, he is a team lead. There are people under him, but his pay is what? Capped. That is because the role doesn't directly create the massive profits that justify, let's say, 30 LPA. That is why he is getting a 25 LPA. This is where companies put you in a position whether you are revenue generating or you are a cost center. This is what the root cause is. And the final reason is the network multiplier. The tier 1 brand name, it acts as a permanent career network multiplier. After 5 years, when Anjali she wants to, let's say, switch, every major firm will treat her as a I am Bangalore grad. And it might be the case that although let's say she currently is working in consulting or IB, her work experience will be secondary, but her I am Bangalore degree will be seen as primary. So she will be a pre-screened top quality batch candidate, right? So the other firms will aggressively poach her with massive hikes. Why? Because she's a known asset from a top tier pipeline. Rohan, on the other hand, the tier 2 person, he will have to prove himself every time. Prove himself from scratch at every new company. He's judged by 50% his performance and 50% by the brand. But Anjali, for at least first 5 to 10 years, she benefits from a 70 to 30 brand to performance split in her favor. The salary gap isn't just about the starting pay. It is getting wider and wider with every single promotion and every single switch. So you might have noticed that the trap is permanent. Once you have graduated, there is no going back. There is no doing new degrees, right? So this is the uncomfortable truth that the gap is permanent. Once you are a tier 2 in a tier 2 salary band, that ceiling becomes solid. And you can only fix this before the MBA. After the MBA, you can only work hard. So, what should be your goal? Your goal should be not to aim for top companies. This is a secondary thing. But first, aim for the top 10 B schools, or rather, top 5. I am Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, or FMS, XLRI, right? And the real key to cracking those top 10 schools isn't just a high CAT score. It is also about, building your personality because it also includes GDPI, CAT score, your ACADS. Things should be in your favor. You need to, train your mind to think and speak like a 30 LPA consultant during your interviews, right? So this was all about the pay gap that we notice in corporates. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Please comment on what other topics should I make videos on. Thank you so much.